Hello and welcome back to another video with me. This is Amy Kunders, and I guess I don't even know if I introduced myself in the first video, but my blog is stampwithamyk.com, and I actually, live in New Jersey in the U.S. So yeah, so if you're joining us from wherever for our World Card Making Day event, hopefully y'all are enjoying it. And I know I've been having a good time watching the videos and seeing all the card posts and all that sort of thing. So again, like I said, hopefully y'all are enjoying it and are going to like the video that I've got here for you today too. So I decided to play along and use some new goodies. So I'm a little like Karen in that, I couldn't help it. I had to pull out the bee stuff and play with it. So she did one. I was glad to see with the fluffiest friends. I'm actually using the whole Be Mine suite, which is a new suite. And Mary has not unpacked her things. I think everybody should give Mary a hard time. So, all right. Oh gosh, now I'm all distracted. So the Be Mine suite is actually from the upcoming 2024. It'll be the January to April 2024 mini catalog. So you'll all be able to order this at that point. This was a especially early pre-order for demonstrators that have registered to attend the Stampin' Up! On Stage at Home event, which is going to be happening in November. So they're going to be featuring this suite, so we get to pre-order it. So of course, I had to grab it because I always like playing with all the new things. So I made a little Valentine card, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Let me know if you have questions about anything as we go along. I'll try to keep up with the comments as best I can, and I know there are a couple other people out here that'll be keeping an eye out for questions and comments as well. Again, like I said, you can pre-order this if you registered for the Onstage at Home event. If you have not joined as a demonstrator yet, I think you should get on joining, and then you'll be automatically registered to attend the event, and then you can pre-order this as well. You can't add these items as part of your starter kit, but you can pre-order it once you join. So again, let me know if you have questions about all this stuff. So this is a little card we're making today, and you might recognize that paper from Karen's card earlier today. It is the Be Mine 12 by 12 designer series paper that I used in the background. And then this is the Be My Valentine stamp set. It's a photopolymer one, and it's really cute. And it's got all the little bees in it, all the little bee faces. There's a little, even kind of an angry little bee there. And then there's a happy bee. There's a winking one, a smiling one. So got some cute little sentiments for Valentine's Day. These are the wings, actually. I'll show you how those work. And then the bee and the bee body. And then there's some cute little flowers. And then, of course, we have our Be My Valentine Builder Punch, which this cuts out the little bee's body, and then this is a little heart, and then this will cut out the wings, although it's also technically a heart, so you could punch out a heart with it if you wanted to, but it's designed to punch out the wings. So all right, let me got to set a couple things down here, trying to figure out where to put stuff so I can still reach it. All right. A couple other things that I did use on this. These are the Timeless Arrangements dies, and I just used this little rectangle die to cut out my sentiment on here. And then I've got this die that I used, which is from the Radiating Stitches dies. And apparently I used a lot of things from the online exclusives, because this is another one of those online exclusives items. And I used the second from the largest rectangle to cut out kind of the little background panel that I stuck my bee on. And yes, Mary, the 35th anniversary starter kit promotion is pretty darn awesome. So, all right, let's keep going. Card base is Sweet Sorbet, which is the red that is in this designer series paper. And again, this is from the Be Mine 12 by 12 designer series paper pack. And this side's got the little jars of honey on it. Back side's got the little kind of swirly bee trails, I guess is what it is. In Sweet Sorbet, I'm going to grab some Stampin' Seal, and we're going to stick this to the card front. So y'all having a good time today. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the videos as much as we are. We're having a good time presenting everything to you, and got a couple more to go. Akiko is going to be up next with a pre-recorded video, so you'll see another one kind of like you did with Tara's, where it'll pop up as a link over to YouTube. And then Stampin' Up's event will start at 4 Eastern time, which is 2 Mountain time. And then that'll run till 7, and then Mary's going to hop on at 7:30, and she's going to be showing you another cool project. So, all right, let's do a little stamping on here. This is a piece of basic white cardstock that I have cut ahead of time with the Radiating Stitches dies. So got that, and I'm going to stamp a couple little flowers, and I've got Lemon Lime Twist ink, which is one of my favoriteest greens that we've ever had. Yay, I'm glad to hear y'all are having a good time. So one of my favoriteest greens that we've ever had, and that color is actually, all the colors that I'm using in here I pulled from that Designer Series paper. This particular sheet of paper doesn't have this color in it, but it is in the other patterns on the in the pack is what I'm trying to say. So these are little flower stem images from the Be My Valentine set. So I'm just going to stamp a couple of these across this die cut. Try to do them at a few different heights here, some taller, some shorter. Although those are pretty much the same height, so maybe I need to go down a little with the next one. There we go. And then stamp the last one on over here, which it'll probably go off the edge, but we're going to go ahead and stamp it anyway, just to fill in the space. And then I'm going to close that up, and then I'm going to grab my Petal Pink ink and the little flower image, and we're going to stamp that a couple times here over the tops of these flowers. So just lining up my stems, and I think we'll go ahead and just stamp that one right off the edge there. And I think I'm going to try to restamp this, although I may regret it later. But there we go, that's better. It didn't stamp very nicely the first time, so I wanted to make sure I had a decent image on there. And then I've got the little flower, and can you tell I was running short on blocks because I used like everything in this stamp set, so I had to get a little creative with a couple of my blocks. So then I've got Sweet Sorbet ink, and I'm going to stamp a couple of the little flowers on here in Sweet Sorbet. Nope, those two are going to go one right over the top of the other, but that's all right. The Sweet Sorbet, I'll cover it up nicely, and then close that up before I stick my fingers in it. And then I'm going to go ahead, while I've got it here, and stamp my little bee trail on here, because I generally know where I want it to be. If I didn't have it laid out ahead of time, I might hold off on stamping this, but again, I kind of generally know where I want it to be. So I've got Pool Party ink here, and I'm just going to stamp it and put the little bee trail kind of right up the right side, kind of, I don't know, right third of it, I guess is what I'll say. All right, close that one up, and then I'm going to adhere that to a piece of, sticking to me, a piece of Petal Pink cardstock. This is cut to about 2 7/8 by 4 1/8, and if I have cut it correctly, it should layer nicely behind this piece of die cut paper. So I wanted a little bit wider edge around this one. A lot of times I'll do it a little closer. This one I thought needed a little bit wider edge on it. For whatever reason, I don't know. I just liked it. So there we go. Just putting a little Stampin' seal on the back. And I'm just going to center that roughly here on my piece of cardstock. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick this on to the card front with some of my hacked up Stampin' Dimensionals. And I think it's funny that, you know, I didn't realize, because nobody used to do this on our team. There were some people, I'm not going to say any names, Mary, but Mary thought that I was crazy when I was cutting these Stampin' Dimensionals up, and now it's kind of funny because I watch and I'm like, oh, Terry Lynn cut hers in half, Karen cuts hers in half, Mary cut hers in half, so it's cracking me up just a little bit. So Jean is asking if replays will be available. Yep, replays will be available in this Facebook page, basically, for as long as Facebook allows the page to be open. So you can come back anytime if you have registered, or not registered, have joined the group, which you clearly have because you're here. So yep, you will be able to come back and watch the videos anytime. All right, so adhere that with Stampin' Dimensionals. Then I've got a couple of pieces of basic white cardstock here that I'm going to do a little stamping of the bee and the wings. All right, bee and wings. And after that, throwing things around already. So I have Daffodil Delight, which again is the yellow. And the yellow that's in the Designer Series paper, and I'm not following the comments very well. I can see something, I must have said something that somebody's responding to. So, all right, gonna go ahead and stamp this is the bee body. And I'm gonna close that up. And then this is a little stripe and the little stinger, or whatever you wanna call it, on the bee. And I've got Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I'm just going to ink this up, hopefully well. And this is the hardest part for me. It's not as bad when you don't have a camera in between. Oh, I'm sticking my fingers in the ink and everything. Don't have a camera in between you and what you're stamping, but we'll give it a whirl. And if it comes out terribly, then I kind of got it on the first try. You know, not that I'm bragging or anything, but so, all right. Then I'm going to turn this a little bit because my bee is going to be upright and not flying to the side like this. So I'm going to have my little bee be upright. So I got to turn it so I can put the little face on the right way around that way. And again, that's all Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And then I'm going to grab my little bee builder punch. And I'm going to slide this into the punch. There we go. And go ahead and try to get it lined up here. And give that a quick punch. Just be aware as you are punching with the builder punches in particular, obviously it's going to punch everything all at once, so just be careful placement wise in your paper to make sure that you have it in a space where it's not going to accidentally chop off something else that you've just stamped or something that you don't mean to, that's all. So, all right, so we've got our little bee body done. Now we need to do the wings, so I'm going to set aside my yellow and I'm going to find my Tuxedo Black here. And the bee, there we are. I had my stamps all organized and then I started digging in them and now I've got them everywhere and I don't know what's what. So I've got to stamp the bee wing twice. This is a little outline image for the bee wing. I'm going to stamp that in Tuxedo Black. The other thing I want to pay attention to is when you're using the builder punches again, you just have to be aware of where the punches that you're aiming for so you get it turned the right way and in the right place on your paper. So this one, I want to make sure that it kind of matches where it's at in the punch. It doesn't need to be exact, but you want it to be sort of similar placement wise. And I clearly have ink somewhere because I'm getting it on everything. We'll go ahead and stamp the second one over here since I've got smudges all over that side of it. And I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to grab my petal pink ink and this larger image that looks like a heart, but it's actually for the bee wing. And just going to stamp that twice right over the top of the basic or the Tuxedo Black lines. And it's relatively easy to line up. And again, it's not like supposed to be a perfect match, so you can just kind of stamp it however and you'll be good. All right, close that up and then grab my punch and slide the little wing here into the punch. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Finally. Got one wing done and then we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Slide that into the punch. And punch that one, and then get this paper mess all out of the way, hopefully. And hopefully it won't be stuck on everything. And then we're going to assemble our little bead with some glue dots. We're just going to stick the little wings here on the back of the bee. So you can either put your glue dot on the back of your bee or on the front of your wing. I'm going to put it on the front of the wing so that I can kind of lay the bee down on top of the wing, if that makes sense. And then I know that it's going to be in the right place. Then do the same thing with the other one. Flip it over, put the glue dot on the front of the wing, and stick it onto my little bee like that. Then I'm going to take my bee and sort of place it here where I'm going to have him finally land. And then I need to stamp the little antennas. It took me a minute because I was looking at this one. And I kept looking at the bee and I'm like, why does he look bald? And again, my daughter Anna was in here with me. She's the one who designed my other card for me. She's like, it needs the antennas, Mom. And I'm like, oh, yes, you're right. So got the little antennas in here, and I'm going to ink it up with the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm basically going to put it right up here. I want it to land on the bee's head. And then I'm going to slide the bee down and stamp it here on my card front. Get that out of the way. And then I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals and stick them right underneath my little bee and stick it to the card front. So, hey, Robin, thanks for joining. No problem. Glad you're here. So, And I'm hoping my video is going to hold out this time and not have the little freezing issues that we had last time. So far so good, but I should be knocking on all kinds of things wouldn't. So he couldn't communicate with 3 million other bees if he didn't have his antennas. I know, I was cutting him off from all sorts of things by not having his little hair on. So, all right, so there we go. Sticking that together like that, so he's floating along on the top of the card with his little antennas sticking there. So it's a really cute set. If you don't have it, you're definitely going to want to get it. That's all I'm saying. Just get it and then you won't be sad. At least that's my theory on it. All right, so I've got some Sweet Sorbet cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the little sentiment from the Be Mine stamp set and Versamark ink. Ink it up well. Stamp it here on my cardstock, and then close that up. As Mary told you earlier, if you've ever had a little accident with your embossing powder, you'll know why you close up all of the lids on everything before you really do the next step with embossing, because I have accidentally dumped embossing powder all over everything on my desk, and it's really not very much fun to clean it up. So well, Ginger, if you join, you can get it now. So that's one bonus. Or if you had pre-registered, if you're already a demonstrator and had pre-registered for the event, you can get it too. So, all right. But yeah, otherwise it'll be available in the upcoming mini catalog. So turning my heat tool on. Got the level 1 setting for drying, and level 2 setting is for heat embossing. So I'm just giving it a second to heat up a little bit before I turn it towards my project and start the embossing on it. All right. And I blew dimensional covers all over the place. So we were just chatting about those earlier and where they all end up. So yep. Mine, I don't know, the dog doesn't usually end up with them on her, but I do find them in my shoes and all sorts of strange places that they shouldn't be. So, all right, got that done. I'm going to grab my die set here, which is the Timeless Arrangements dies, and I'm going to grab the smallest of the little rectangles, and we're going to go ahead and cut that out. And I thought the little X's on here and the little dashes around it, I thought went perfectly with the bee, and I don't know why, I just felt like it did. I thought it was cute. So I'm going to go run this through the die cutting machine, which is over here to my left, so I'll be off screen for 1 second. Ginny is too precious for dimensionals. She's a special dog. Ginny does not like to get wet, and it is raining here today, so she has not wanted to go outside. She only goes out in total desperation when she absolutely can't hold it anymore, because I guess, clean rain, we don't want anything to do with that. However, if it's dirty, muddy, water, whatever, yucky out in the backyard, she's all about getting into that. So, got my little half Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to stick a couple of those on here. And no, she doesn't usually grab a whole pile of anything. However, she does eat some things. So, yeah, she has decided lately that she likes carrots a lot, and so she's been begging for those, and yeah, eats weird things like that. Although nothing green. I don't know. All right, stuck that on with a couple little Stampin' Dimensionals down here over the top of my flowers, and that's really it for the card front. So it's super, super easy. On the inside of the card, I grabbed the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment and stamped that in Sweet Sorbet ink. Finn likes carrots too. Okay, so it's not just Ginny, because I don't know that we've ever had a dog that's eaten carrots before, but she is all about them. I mean, it's one of those, almost like the cheese drawer in the fridge, where she, if she hears the drawer rattling that has the carrots in it, she's like right there, and drool is coming out of her mouth. And how did I lose my ink pad? Oh, there it is. I'm like, I couldn't find my Daffodil Delight ink, and I'm like, where in the world did it go between here? I just used it. So I got my little bee body, and I'm going to got Daffodil Delight ink, and we're going to stamp the little bee body on the inside of the card. Apparently I was feeling daring when I put this together and thought I'd try to not mess it up twice as I was stamping it in here. So got the little bee body. And close that up, maybe. And then I'm going to grab my Tuxedo Black ink, and we are going to stamp the stripes on the body of the bee in that. So it is with my ribbon scissors, probably. No, it was underneath the punch, because apparently I thought that was a good place for it. So, all right, I do have to stand up a second. I thought I was going to be able to do it sitting down, but nope, I don't think on this one I can do it. Oh, that one I didn't stamp as well. See, I start to get thinking that I'm, all that when it comes to stamping, and then I make a mess of the bee. He's not too lopsided. I think we'll go with it. So then I'm going to stamp the little bee wings here on either side in tuxedo black. There we go. Okay. And then I've got my little bee face, which I'm going to also put that on right here. Doot. And then the little antennas of the last little piece. So we'll stick those right up on the top of his head and close it up. I know, it seemed like underneath the punch was the perfect place to put an ink pad. So, all right, got a little Stampin' seal. Oops, that one ran out. I knew I was getting low. Glad that I had a second one here loaded and ready to go. Little Stampin' seal here. Putting this on the inside of my card. And kept the card flat like you're supposed to, right, Mary? So, our ongoing feud of the day. All right, so got that on the inside of the card. Going to flip it closed and then use the bone folder, give it a quick crease across the top. And that is it for the card. So, super cute, I think. And super easy. I love this set, and I can't wait for you all to get it. Like I said, it's available now for demonstrators that are registered for the Onstage at Home event. New demonstrators that join can also get it ordered during the month of October, or to be available for everybody to order once the new catalog ordering goes live in early January. Let me know if you have any questions about this, and I'd be happy to answer anything. Also, I'll be posting a link to the blog post. This one's going to go live on Monday morning around 8 o'clock Eastern Time on my blog, which is stampwithamyk.com. So feel free to stop out there, take a peek at it. All the dimensions, all the stuff that I use will be all listed out there. There'll be a PDF tutorial and all that good stuff as well. So thanks for joining today, and thanks again for being here. I hope you all are having a good time today. I know we sure are, and having fun answering the questions. Almost ready to go over to Stampin' Up's event, and yeah, that's about all. So thanks again for joining us today. We appreciate you being here and spending part of your Saturday with us. Talk to you later. Oh, heart on the sentiment. Oh my gosh, Deborah, you're right. I totally forgot. There's a little embellishment. So hopefully y'all didn't leave. Embellishment called Adhesive Backed Hearts and Flowers. I'm glad somebody saw it. So a little heart. I'll pick one of the bigger ones here. It's one of the petal pink hearts. These are kind of, I don't know what the official word for them is. They're kind of shiny, like enamel-ish little hearts and flowers. So they're cute. Probably can see them better if I stick this underneath. And again, the colors all coordinate with the colors in that Designer Series paper. And again, it's all part of the suite. And thank you, Deborah, for noticing that. So there, now it's all gone, all done. So, all right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the videos, and we will chat with you all soon.